All right. Off to a fantastic start. Go.
It's fine. What?
Go.
What?
You said you're ready. Go.
On what? Did you? Oh, this is the Board Game Snobs podcast. You just said go without giving me a warm up or nothing. What is your problem?
You just asked me, are you ready? I was like, okay, we don't discuss what we're talking about or
but
nothing.
You typically do this. You come off a vacation and all of a sudden now we're doing this weird thing.
I'm not doing
I can't handle
weird.
it.
You're gaslighting me.
You are changing. I'm not gaslighting you. This is completely different.
This is just like normal. And go.
No, it's not. You didn't say and go.
And
you just said go.
And go.
Okay, that's much better.
All right. And
this
go.
Is the Board Game Snobs podcast. I already went.
Smooth.
I've gone twice.
Silk. Smooth as silk. It's like I never left.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
My God, what did you do on this vacation?
Woo-wee. All kinds of stuff. I read a book.
Like what?
I read a book like nobody's business about time traveling with your mind. Let's see. I learned that I love Bloody Marys. Absolutely love Bloody Marys. My new favorite drink of all time.
I don't think I've ever had one. So I can't comment.
I've had them before. Thought they were disgusting. I don't know if it was the mood hit me right, along with the delicate sunlight dancing off of my skin. I'm sipping one right now. It's tomato juice. Well, when you make it from scratch, it's like tomato juice mixed with spices, mixed with basically anything you want to throw in there. Pickle juice, onion juice, olive juice.
That's more nasty sound.
It does sound nasty, and it probably tastes nasty. I'm telling you, this is like probably the 10th time I've tried a Bloody Mary. This time it stuck. I'm hooked. Can't stop. I'm a BM guy. What can I say? BM.
What alcohol's in it?
You can put gin or vodka, and it's got variants like everything else. If you want a Texas Bloody Mule, you put whiskey in there. If you want a Mexican Bloody Mule, you put Bloody Mary. You put tequila in there, but generally it's made with vodka.
Oh, okay. So it's just alcoholic tomato juice.
Yes. But it's got that spice. It's got a tomatoey spice. If that doesn't get your taste buds a flaring, I don't know what will. It's really good.
Like I said, I haven't had one. I don't think ever, so I can't pass judgment.
A morning, like a full blown alcoholic, let me drink in the morning type drink, along the lines of also what they call a mimosa. Reasons to drink in the morning. You drink a Bloody Mary, you drink a mimosa, and that's what you get.
It includes Worcester sauce.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The ones made from scratch, they put it, but you just buy this. It's called Zing Zang. It's the best. It saves you a lot of steps. Just buy that Zing Zang. It's already made cocktail mix. It's really good. And you can juice it up, add some lime. I'm adding pickle juice, lime, and olive juice to mine. It's really good.
Mary was a devoted Roman Catholic, and she attempted to restore Catholicism, mainly through reason persuasion, but her regime persecuted Protestant and led to hundreds of executions for heresy. Thus, she was given the name Bloody Mary.
I was wondering who that was.
Or it's often called, in the UK, a red snapper.
It does taste a little fishy.
Gin is often used.
Yeah, I mean, just like any other drink where vodka's used, I think you can interchange gin. For those of the gin lovers as yourself, Deej is a gin man. He was drinking gin the whole trip. Other than that, we went to Seaside.
Is Bloody Mary a man's
show was
drink?
Filmed.
Is Bloody Mary a man's drink, according to the internet? No. While there's no doubt Bloody Mary is tasty, even the best made Bloody Mary isn't considered one of the manlier vodka drinks.
I don't stick to the gender norms of alcohol.
Yeah, what to say? Why? There's this. What website's this?
I don't know.
Benny's original. Oh, well, this is according to Benny's original meat straws.
What is the meat
Apparently,
straw?
Benny's original meat straw is like
I
let me look here.
I don't think I want to know what a meat straw is.
It's like it sounds like it's like
tubular beef jerky.
Oh, apparently. Oh, it's for Bloody Marys. You put meat straws into these Bloody Marys. I am sending you this website. You need a meat straw.
I need a meat straw for my Bloody Mary. Oh, what a delicious combo. I had a lobster macaroni and cheese, basically, that was really good. Super expensive. Kind of, I got charged beach tax everywhere I went. It's absurd. The prices in Florida are absolutely absurd.
What's a beach tax?
It's a tax they give you just for being near the beach, because I went and bought some coffee from a little place that was behind all the condos across the road. Got charged a beach tax, and I couldn't even see the water. It's just because they can. They can, so they do.
A beach tax because it can see the water?
Yeah. It's
7%.
What is?
The beach tax, apparently.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive to live there. Everything was taxed. They are now offering in several places where we went. If you pay with cash, they knock off the credit card 3% or whatever. It's like everywhere you went, it was cheaper to use cash, which seems unusual because it's like we have went away from cash as a society, but now it's like it's coming back in style because I don't know why. I guess the credit card charges. It was rather annoying. Everything was a lot more expensive if we used our card. I'm not say a lot more expensive. Several dollars more. Several being three or more.
I don't like that.
But then we went to Seaside where they filmed the Truman Show. I don't know if you know that or not. There's a town. It's a privately owned town this man and his wife made, and they got strict regulations on the houses being built there. They can't have any lawns. They have to all be different architecturally in colors. And it's just like this picture perfect town that's been created. And they were looking for a place to film the Truman Show. And I forget the director's name, Peter Weir. He found it, and that's where it was. And so I kind of went around to the different spots, like Truman's front door, where he says, good morning. And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And it's also a beautiful town. I mean, it's literally a tourist town. I don't know that anyone lives there. I'm sure they do. If they do, they're no doubt extremely rich because it is. Oh, we saw the British comedian with the long hair that's found Jesus lately. What's his name?
Russell Brand.
Yes. He walked in front of us. We were waiting to go out on the beach, again, that you have to pay to go out onto because this town is extremely, it's just a rich town full of rich people. And this guy walks out, and we saw him come to the desk there because they have a gate you have to pay to get through. We were just sitting there waiting on this bar to open for happy hour. This guy walks up and says, I'm with Russell. And he shows him something. He walks in. Of course, we didn't think nothing about it when he said that. But then a few minutes later, here comes this same guy, and he was a nice, handsome young man. And a guy in a purple robe, a very royal garment. It was a purple, robe thing. And had the long hair, and Paige and DJ, and they're like, is that Russell Brand? And I was like, did a double take. I'm like, oh my God, it is. And of course, they were already walking away. And then the guards there, whoever they were looked at us. They go, yeah, that's Russell. He's been here for a while, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, Russell Brand was there. And then we found, so of course, then Paige starts stalking his Instagram. And yeah, apparently he's really religious now. And I think this guy might be a disciple of his. I'm not sure what's going on, but it was interesting. But other than that, it's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful town. And for the most part, we just sat around having drinks, looking at the ocean and the waves and enjoying the wonderful weather. It was 80 degrees the whole time, a gentle breeze. It never rained, was never cloudy. We saw stingray constantly. I didn't see any dolphins. There was lots of jellyfish, but not the kind that hurt you. They were little bitty jellyfish you could scoop up. DJ kept scooping them up into his hand. I was like, I don't know. I wouldn't do that. Also,
I don't pick up jellyfish.
I don't know if it harms the jellyfish.
I would not touch jellyfish.
This is a jellyfish you can touch. There's some that have the long stringy things that you don't touch. And of course, the pee thing is a myth. No, Jerry, you don't urinate on somebody.
You don't? You tell that to R. Kelly. Are you sure you don't urinate
That
on
was his excuse.
jellyfish?
They've all got jellyfish stings. He's like throwing jellyfish at people. Now, apparently, the best thing you can do is like just get back in the seawater. Because seawater is apparently kind of a sterilizer, which I did not know. Which I guess makes sense because, some people choose seawater pools over chlorinated pools.
Apparently, that came from the episode of Friends. That's where they just come up with that.
Oh, really? I thought that was a thing.
Yeah, it was an old wives' tale, and somebody wrote it into Friends. And that's where we got it.
Anyway, so that's about it. What did you do? I saw you went to a pumpkin patch.
I played pickleball with your in-laws.
And?
With Lance. He showed up with like a cheap Timu pickleball paddle and proceeded to like hit a 65-mile-an-hour pickleball at me. So the dude could serve, which happens to be like our weak spot. So it was interesting.
Yeah, we played a little bit there at the condo, and yeah, it was awful. I could not serve for the life of me.
Well, I've gotten better at serving, but I suffered an injury. I had to look it up to figure out what it is. I thought I was developing arthritis, but apparently it's just the tendons in my pointer finger. I have pickle finger. It hurts and has for like 3 weeks because I've played too much pickleball.
The hand you're gripping the paddle with, I'm guessing.
Well, of course, yes.
It could have been the other one. Maybe it was your serving arm.
No, how'd you get that? You don't even know. But it's my I got pickle fingers. Apparently,
I had pickle calves there for a while.
No, you just had you just didn't stretch. But no, I played pickleball with your with Lance. Really good. Come in there.
I heard you played twice. Not only did he show up on that Friday, then came back on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, he also introduced a new way into playing pickleball, which I found to be very interesting. It was, I forget the term, but it's basically 2-on-1, where the person that is the singular individual, you're hitting the ball just into his one square. So you have to really be pretty tactical on the 2-player team. It's very interesting.
Makes sense. Seems
and
fair.
He also talked about a 3 against 3. He was telling us the rules about that. There's all different types of variations of pickleball. I did not know. But yeah, Lance is OG. And I ordered the same Timu paddle that he has. So now we're basically twins, except I have more hair.
You think you'll be able to serve 60-mile-an-hour serves as well?
I'm practicing. I've watched extensive videos and have been practicing. Enrique has improved extensively. So yeah. So that's basically what I've been doing. The Dan Hughes' Kickstarter of the mixtape is going pretty good right now. It's sitting like at $30,000. I think that's dollars, not pounds. It just released. I thought it was releasing the first part of November. I didn't realize it was releasing this week, the last week in October. I guess I had the date wrong.
Yeah, they had a live Facebook on the launch day. I joined briefly, took a little break from work, said what's up to him and Mike. They had difficulty getting their Facebook to work there for a split second, but then they figured it out. And then I bought it immediately upon launch. I thought maybe I can be number 1. I clicked it literally as fast as I could. Number 22. So they must have been doing pretty good.
If they make enough money, him and Evan might come back to the retreat next year. And I desperately want to see Evan again. So if you've got money, you need to go buy multiple copies of the mixtape.
I only need 1, though.
Not you, our listeners. I have 1. You have 1. I'm saying for our listeners to back. So I made you a mixtape so that Dan could come see me once again at the Dice Tower Tree. Actually, I just want to see
all for
Evan.
Our own benefit.
Yeah, basically that's why. Plus well, they could use that money to put Evan through college too, instead of the retreat. Evan's going to
university.
I think he's going he's going for college, university, whatever. For environmental stuff. I think he's like a environmentalist. I don't know what they do. Like either he's making nuclear reactors or he's picking up aluminum cans on the side of the road. I can't recall. They don't have aluminum there. They have aluminium, which I'm pro aluminium. Aluminium is how you should pronounce it. False. Aluminum sounds weird.
False.
Yes, it does. It sounds weird. Aluminum.
Aluminum is preferable
That's
to aluminium. There's no reason to make those U's so long. There's no reason to make a U aluminium. It's aluminum. It's fast. It's quick. It gets down to business.
No, it's not. Aluminum. Aluminum.
Aluminium sounds like you're 3 drinks in and slurring your words. Aluminium. Aluminum. Bam. I'm coherent. I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking with power and, emphasis and quickly. Aluminium.
According to Webster's dictionary, the form aluminum is used in the United States. The form aluminium, which has another I, is used in Great Britain and by chemists.
They added another I? They just tossed one in there. The nerve. The I's and the U's with those people. They love tossing extra letters in there. Unnecessary, taking up space and words. But I'm glad for Mike and Dan. That's very nice. Good for you. Good for them. Got another Kickstarter going. And a successful one.
Apparently, the guy who named it settled on aluminium. And he was British. So I'm just saying, you're pronouncing it wrong.
Well,
Sir Humphrey Davy.
Here in America, we break away from what the British do, in case you don't remember.
Well, no, this guy who founded it. You don't get to change something after somebody else names it.
We just did. Everyone in America says aluminum.
I know, you're just pronouncing it wrong.
Why don't you go back to England where you want to live, Jerry?
I might. If Evan Dan would let me move in with him, I'll go live with Dan.
I'm sure they would.
Wear our aluminium hats and talk about conspiracy theories.
I'm sure they
would. With your friend Russell Brand.
So another successful Kickstarter for Dan.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, Dan, cranking them out.
But yeah, they're going to make another. He'll make another. Now he's addicted. I don't know what it will be. I mean, the obvious ideas are, as has been mentioned somewhat jokingly, but maybe not so much. I made you a CD. I made you a MP3. Or you could go down, stupid. I made you a mixtape. I'm not mixtape. I made you a mixtape.
None of that. Nobody thought that. I made you a CD. Nobody says that.
Sequels. You used to burn CDs all the time. Everyone did.
Yeah, but they still refer to it as a mixtape. Nobody said, I made you a CD.
They did too. They said, I'll burn you a CD.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't say, I made you a CD. A mixtape is the same thing. A mixtape was still colloquially used as a CD.
Okay, well then you can change it to, I burned you a CD.
That's stupid. That's a terrible name.
You're stupid.
That's a terrible name for a game. I'll come right out and say it. Dan, don't listen to him.
All right.
It should be Cora made you a mixtape.
I got a question to ask.
Combine both genres.
What were I posted a picture that Enrique's sister took, and it was my favorite picture of all time because you're smiling broadly, and you don't like to do that in pictures. It breaks the stereotype you've portrayed for yourself.
It's not a stereotype. It's how I feel.
You were laughing.
You can't invalidate my feelings.
You were laughing. You were laughing with such glee, and I want to know why. And Enrique was too. Y'all were on a tractor.
Oh, we went to an apple orchard.
I know, but what was making you so happy in that particular moment?
Because the business model of this apple orchard was insane. Like, this was something that first off, people need to have some backstory to this. This was Tina Day. A lot of people don't know what Tina Day is, but Tina is Enrique's sister. And Enrique's sister's kind of awesome, and she does a lot of stuff with other people and other people's kids. And because of that, to show appreciation, Bubba has declared a certain weekend in the fall to be Tina's Day. It varies. And so this happened to fall. Tina's Day fell on this weekend here in October, where Tina gets to choose what we do. And she chose to go to an apple orchard, which is incredibly boring because who wants to go pick apples? But this apple orchard had it figured out because they had a bunch of rotten apples, and they needed to figure out how in the world are they going to sell you rotten apples. All right. They come up with an ingenious way. They made a metal potato gun, like not a potato gun. It was a potato cannon, 2 of them with like 8-foot long barrels and use like this massive air compressor. And you could buy like a 5-gallon bucket of what you call it, of just rotten apples. And then you could go out there and shoot these apples out into the field at targets and pumpkins and vehicles and various other things. So that picture was taken not long after me and Enrique showed up a bunch of young children on how to use said potato gun, apple gun, rocket launcher, because I was spotting for Enrique, loading the gun, priming the weapon, and he was firing while I was calling out the, down 3 over 1 type directions.
The degrees.
You were killing it. Yes.
Saucing it up.
I got to act out.
Do they have apple cider there as well?
Napoleonic. Yeah, but nobody drank it because that's weird.
Just joining us in chat is A Woods.
One wood? Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we're doing this on
yeah, the door's wide open. They can just walk in and just start talking. But they didn't.
Yeah, and be on the show. That's how cool we are.
Do they have a microphone? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. I figure it would be impolite to interrupt, and it sounded like you were doing official podcast things.
Well, you're a good man. You're a good man. That's very proper of you, and I appreciate that you didn't just barge in and say, "Hey, everybody." But it's fine. Jerry needs to be interrupted sometimes.
I
anyway.
don't. That's kind of what I was going for. That's why I suggested we start doing it on the Discord channel so people could just come in.
Well, A Woods, you can ask Jerry a question while I go let Rio out of the house because he's meowing like crazy.
That's his cat.
Oh, never been a big fan of cats. How about you, Jerry?
Yes, I employ cats though. I don't have them as pets. I currently have one cat.
Farm cat?
The farm cat. I have traditional barn cats, which we have an opening. We recently lost one, RIP. It's deer season. And this time of year, there's a lot of coyotes. I believe that's probably what happened. Or she could have just taken off. But my most reliable and OG barn cat, Jean-Luc Pierre, is still around. He's the one I ran over. And he is fully recovered and back on the job. But I don't do cats in the house. I can't have animals in the house. I have feelings about that. I don't mind it. I don't know. I'm not one of those people. I might have a cat in the house if it didn't shed a lot.
Oh,
but
totally
Gabi has a very useless cat. What happened to the other cat you got? Somebody pawned off on you. Is he back? Did he leave? He's still gone.
Yeah, he's still gone, letting out Rio, I guess.
Oh, stupid cat. I hate Rio. It whines constantly. It sounds a lot like Gabi. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just relaxing. I have just been messing with Compile.
Compile?
Yeah, Compile. It's an interesting little card game.
Compile.
Very lovely production values, but it's a 3-lane tug of war sort of game. Each card has a value at the top that can either be a 2 if it's flipped upside down and a 0 to 6 if revealed. They have a top area which has permanent effects, a middle effect which is played whenever it's revealed, and bottom is active whenever it is on the top. But they can move about, change lanes, you can steal. It's an interesting sort of game. Lovely production values. Got a nice foiling.
That's that. And I love a good foiling. That's that AI game, or that's the theme of it, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one that the Brits looked at. Shut Up and Sit Down did a review of that.
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
Super expensive.
Anything they talk about becomes super expensive.
Yeah, I know. It's going for about $100 on eBay right now. I snagged it for $20 at a local game store.
Good night. Yeah, they got Greater Than Games Productions. I'm looking up their website to see who's making it. Why in the world are people charging $100?
I may have missed it, but what's your? I see A Woods. I know we've met you before.
Yeah, what's up?
What is your real name? If you want to divulge that information.
No, Andrew Woods.
Andrew, that's right. Okay. What game are you talking about?
Oh, I was talking
Compile.
about compile.
I played a game, and it wasn't good, despite what David Allen said.
What's that?
I take it back. It wasn't terrible. Blank Slate. It's the green team wins for generic people that aren't. It was not good. It's green team wins, but not as good. Plays 8 people. It's a party game. It's one of those you draw a card and it has a prompt on there, blank live. So you put long live or let's live. Anything you can think of. And if you match with one other person, you get 3 points. If you match with more than one person, you only get 1 point. If you match with no people, you get 0 points. That's the game. I like Green Team Wins, has more prompts. It has different genres of cards, such as, this or that, or best of 3. And it also has the same prompt that Blank Slate has, where it's just a card with a blank either before the word or after the word. And you have to fill in that blank and try to match with somebody. They played it on Good Mythical Morning, which is a YouTube show I watched, and it looked fun on there. And it's okay. Everybody liked it, but not me. Not when you got Green Team Wins sitting on the shelves.
Green Team Wins pretty decent. I enjoyed it. I played Zock Verlag Hamster Stroll.
That sounds Yiddish.
No, it's German. Hang on. Let me see how you pronounce it. Hang on. Zock Verlag. That's the German pronunciation of it. It's an old reprint of a game called Hamster Wheel, which 25th Century Games has remade. And
oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Chad sent it to me. And it is a gigantic wooden wheel that looks like a wagon wheel. And it has little like sporks and not sporks, but little wooden platform stuff kind of around the wheel, and you're placing blocks in it, and it rolls across the table, and you're trying to it's like rolling Jenga. Imagine if Jenga was with a wheel. Like, let's complicate Jenga and make it harder. Have a wheel.
Well, there's a wheel, there's a way.
Yep, that's it. Hamster roll. I'm sorry. Hamster roll is what it's called.
Oh, so much different than wheel.
Yeah.
Wheels roll.
20. Yeah, hamster roll. Anyways, the kids really liked it. I enjoyed it, actually. Myself, I did not think it'd be something that I would enjoy. But alas, I did. Where you're just jingoing this large wheel.
Okay.
If that's in your wheelhouse.
I think we've got it.
Say what?
I said, I think we've got it. The Jenga in a wheel form. You discussed this on a previous episode, Just say it.
Well, I played it again, and I liked it. All right. Can I play? Something twice? I know that's something hard for you to understand. But
Times are hard when you're playing hamster wheel more than once and nothing else.
I'm playing stuff with my kids.
Oh, I play stuff with Rio, but he doesn't play back. He just knocks them over like a cat.
I'm just saying, he could play this game.
I played Scout. We talked about that before. I played Scout, taught some new people Scout. It's a wonderful game. Although it does remind me of Alamino, or as it was previously known as just a 52 card game. I believe we called it the President.
El Presidente.
You lay down a singular card of whatever denomination, and the next person after you has to lay down either a denomination higher than that or one more card. But it has to be in a run or of the same kind. So either 2 2s or a 2-3. And you just have to keep increasing and beating the previous hand. It's so good. I love that game. And of course, the trick is when you can't beat somebody else, you can simply draw somebody else's card from off the table, add it to your hand. Of course, the idea is to get rid of your hand, so that doesn't help you, but you're inevitably going to have to pick up cards because you just can't keep beating each other, with a hand of 20 cards. So it's really good. It went over swell with the people I played on vacation. But then there was an uncle that passed away, and then Barry got sick, and they had to fly home. So that kind of put a damper on the vacation. But other than that, things went swell.
You went with Barry?
Barry and his wife, they went. And Barry was glad to be playing with a board game snob. He was in awe of my skill as a gamer. showing him how to play Scout. And then he got sick and I had to take him to the airport and he flew home.
Barry's such a loser. He's nothing compared to Lance.
I did teach Barry pickleball as well. I taught him pickleball. He loves pickleball.
Oh, Barry playing pickleball. Pickleball Barry.
They're quite the athletic family, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah. Barry looks, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You don't know nothing about Barry. Don't you talk about my in-laws. I talk about them. You don't talk about them. Okay. I do have a bone to pick with you, Jer Bear.
Pick it. God.
2 bones.
Whatever.
2 bones. Of the same ilk bone. Of the same body bone. 1, we recorded a weird podcast doing this very thing. The entire time we're recording, you kept saying, I got this. Don't worry about it. They're going to love it. They're going to love it. I want to put it out like it is. Trust me, you kept saying repeatedly.
Yeah.
I told our audience, you know what? I'm trusting Jerry. I have no doubt something's going to be published. I waited.
Do you want the explanation or do you want to keep this preamble going?
And to this day, I continue to wait.
Okay. Well, I tell you why. Because my paranoid co-host changes the passwords to everything, and I have no ability to upload anything to Spotify, Podbeam, or our YouTube channel. And because I'm a nice person, I did not want to bother you on your vacation. Don't you sound stupid?
Well,
so there's
while you're presenting this thoughtful message, it's not paranoia. It's the fact that every now and then you have to change passwords, and I guess I forget to tell you.
Let them. They can hack us. They upload content for us, like Ken did. Oh, actually, hey, good news. Ken emailed me back. He wants to be on the show. I am going to interview Ken.
Saw that.
That you banned.
Yes, I did, and he will continue to be banned.
He created more content for our Facebook group than I did over the past month, even though it was for his weird game. Still, I'm going to talk to Ken. Anyways, what was the other bone that you wanted to pick?
My other bone to pick, speaking of content, I published the podcast that we live recorded while I was on vacation. It published at the time that we had discussed it would publish. Then you go on Facebook saying, this is unsanctioned. The actual podcast will be just me this week, and I'm going to publish it.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, I was going to shoot a solo.
We waited, and we waited, and we waited. And yet again, nothing from Jerry.
Well, again, I don't have the codes to my own show to post anything.
I'll give you the launch codes. You could have just asked.
I didn't want to text you because you're on your vacation.
Whatever. You never
I did
text
not want
me
to be
anyway.
Well, I was keeping that up.
It's a one-sided
I did not want to be like, hey, I'm here keeping your brother-in-law entertained, getting pickle finger, knocking down pickleballs while you're out sitting on a beach reading a book.
I need content for the Board Game Snob listeners, not you playing pickleball.
We don't need content. We have too much content. We are overblown with content.
We have no content. We got nothing to put out.
There is so much content going on that I'm content with it. That's too much content. That's what I'm saying.
Disagree. Andrew
muted
What's
you.
up, Gabby?
I just holler at him. Andrew, answer me.
No, I was just muting myself so you know I wouldn't interject.
Andrew has feelings.
So polite. It's absolutely incredible. The gentleman that we're discussing, Ken Johnson of Skunked. Are you on our Facebook group, and did you persevere through the spam?
I am. I am a fan of your Facebook group, and I listen to your content. In fact, I can tell you all about your podcast without shilling.
See?
So.
But Ken's a shill.
Ken is a shill that does not listen to the podcast and had no interest in it and just hopped on and starts talking about one game and one game only, a game that he created that nobody's ever heard of. And I get it.
He's the next Dan Hughes.
You want to do a grassroots thing? Yeah. Well, start your own podcast, as Jerry said on this very podcast, and then, get your own group going, then maybe create a game. But don't just create a game and start hopping into all the servers and saying, here, how about this game? How about this game? And that's literally all you post.
Okay. So why are you hating on Ken?
I believe I just said.
And why are you dragging Andrew in on this?
I wanted his thoughts on Skunked.
Oh,
He
unfortunately, I haven't played it, but my feeling on the campaign, it's harmless, but it is annoying. At least that's the way I view it. I've seen people shill their games in one-player game awards. It's like, here's my game. It's like, okay, cool. I respect it. It's just not the way I would go about things. Difference in personalities.
Yeah. But see, I told him he had posted about it 3 or 4 other times previously. So finally I said, Mr. Johnson, you don't post anything else. You don't ever involve yourself in any other conversations on here other than relating to the game that you created. Can you please not do that anymore? Oh, well, tell me about your podcast. I'm like, I'm not going to tell you about our podcast on our Facebook group that you're in. I was insulted. And I've never been insulted.
We already talked about this once. We've already talked about this once.
Well, we're going to talk about hamster roll
hating on
more
Ken.
than once.
And I don't know why you're hating on Ken. Well, I was doing that to make a point. Why are you hating on Ken? Ken could be our next best friend.
I doubt it.
You don't know. I'm going to get Ken on this show, and me and Ken are going to have a fine time. I have questions for Ken.
Well, you do that. You go right ahead. Please do.
Yeah, I will. And I will produce content with Ken.
Yeah, sure. Let me give you the password to log in so you can post something.
Okay, go ahead and tell me what it is. I got a pen. Go ahead.
Andrew, close your ears. Here, I'm sending it
Andrew
to you
might
now.
want to upload. He actually muted himself. Andrew might want to actually upload something.
I'm sending
I don't
it
know
to
what
you
it is.
now. You know what's interesting is when you go to your password saver on your phone, on the iPhone at least, that's where you save all your passwords and you screenshot it. It like automatically AI removes the password. Like, no, I'm taking a picture to show you. These phones are smart.
Google says nah.
I said, nah, bro.
Another game I played here recently was chess. I've been getting back into chess. Bubba got me back into chess.
I was going to say, it's funny you should say that because he has been teaching Sade, bought her a chess set. We took it to Florida, and that was by far the number one game that was played. Like, everybody was playing chess. Not good, mind you, but we were playing. Okay, I just sent you the password.
Oh, thank you. I will be sure and post my Ken episode.
Please upload all that content that you have backed up over there. I expect it by Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
This is, whatever. Don't put pressure on me. I'll do it whenever. I know when to release content.
I say. You do not. Because
I
you
know
don't.
when to. I'm all about.
Because you didn't have the password. But now that you do, feel free to upload all the content.
Oh,
that
okay.
You wish.
I'll keep. All right. Thank you for that expression. There is legal means and a voiced contract that allows me to upload whatever I want.
Go right ahead. Ruin our meager listenership that we have. Go right ahead.
Our meager listenerships. Oh, they love us.
Fierce but
they
loyal.
Love us.
Fierce but loyal.
Fierce but loyal.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you, Andrew, for dropping by. Enjoyed it very much. I'm Gabi.
This is Jerry. Say goodbye, Andrew.
This is it.
Thank you for tolerating this episode of the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.